Home education is very full on. It's not only a full-time job, but on top of that, it's a full-time responsibility. You have got to look after yourself and not just your children. Think about if you're on an aeroplane, the first thing you have to do is put on your oxygen mask before you can help your children. And that is exactly the same with wellbeing. You've got to look after yourself so that you can be the best person you can to take care of your children. In this video, we're going to look at 5 ways that you can look after your well-being. A little disclaimer though, if you are in need of help and assistance, do use some of the free phone numbers you can find online to get the help and assistance you need. Our first tip to better well-being is to go slow. Not for your whole day, just take time in every day to do something slowly. This gives you time to breathe and to think. If you're breathing, you're getting more oxygen into your body, and that's only a good thing because everything in your body needs oxygen to help it function properly, and most especially your brain. If you're getting more oxygen into your brain, it can help you think more clearly. So just going slowly, not trying to rush around. We live in a world where we're constantly rushing, constantly flicking through Facebook, constantly getting our fast food, and it's very easy to always be rushing from one thing to the next. But actually, sometimes going slower helps, and it helps you focus on what it is you actually need to do. So you could try going slowly, just making a cup of tea, doing it slowly, watching the steam coming off the kettle and the shapes it's making, watching the whirlpool as you swirl your milk into your tea. Just doing things slowly. You could even just go slowly doing some art or some colouring in. So you're sat spending time focusing on something, paying attention. It already begins us to calm down and focus more. And it's such a good way to improve your well-being, and it's a really simple thing you can include in your day. Getting outside is our second tip, and this is a really nice one because you can do it with your kids. It's been scientifically proven that getting outside can actually improve your mood and reduce stress. And just being in a green space, being with nature, it's amazing the difference it can make. You can even incorporate it with our first tip of going slow and taking notice. So just going outside and taking a notice of nature. You can also incorporate getting outside with our third tip, which is exercise, because you can do this outside. Getting outside for a walk, going for a bike ride, doing an online workout. There are so many different ways of exercising, but exercising is absolutely brilliant for your body and your mind. And it is really important not to forget that actually exercise does improve well-being. It helps your chemicals in your brain balance out so that you've got lots of feel-good things going on. It is amazing the difference exercise can make. It also can improve your self-confidence because the more you exercise, the more you can accomplish. With every day you feel better. My friend once told me, you never feel bad after doing a workout, and I've always stood by that. Every time I never want to do any exercise, I think of that, and she is absolutely right. So it's a really good way. You might not want to do some to start with, but you'll always feel better once you have. So exercise is another really good way of looking after your well-being. Number 4 is connecting to others. Speaking to your friends. We've all got phones and we love to see what people are up to. We love sitting there looking at them. However, how often do we actually use them to send our friends a message just to say, hi, how are you? And check in on them. Or even ring people up. I mean, I've grown up in a time where I can only do text messaging, and if my phone rings, I run away from it. Which is funny because when I do ring my friends and spend an hour and a half on the phone to them, I can't understand why I don't do this more often. And it's something we should do with each other. This is something a bit like exercise where you have to put a bit of input in. Don't just sit there waiting for the phone to ring and somebody to ask you how you are. Invite people to come on a nature walk with you or to come to the park. It's amazing. All of these different things can actually be combined together. So you can do all of them in one go just by meeting some friends out for a nature walk. And our final tip to improve your well-being, which I think is the one which doesn't sound like it will make the biggest difference, but to me personally it does, is to be kind. Now this is really funny because you're like, but it's my well-being. And so actually, how is that going to help me? But it has been scientifically proven that if you give a present to somebody, the same happiness that's going off in their brain is going off in your brain. So if you go and do something kind for someone, the feeling they get is exactly the same feeling you get. So for example, you could just print off some stickers from Twinkl, stick them on some chocolate bars and post them through some people's doors. And it's amazing the boost in well-being you can get from doing such a small task for somebody. You could try and help a neighbour, sending some time. You could even just give some money to charity. But these small acts of kindness, giving to others, can actually massively affect your own well-being. Hopefully this video has given you some ideas and inspiration to look after your well-being. There's more information on the Twinkl website as well, including a wellbeing hub. Don't forget to look after you so you can be the best person you can be.